Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play the Thaumaturge Blind. I'm your host, Lisanne Faye. I see. So, currently I can't go back. And I need to send a telegram. I don't know when the train arrives.
Excuse me, sir? Do you happen to know when the train arrives? The postmaster said it's usually no more than an hour late, so it should be here any moment. I got a tougher question for you.
Pardon?
Will this train get me close to Albuquerque?
I'm afraid that's an ocean away, and even to the ocean you've got a ways to go.
Thank you. Ever since I took a wrong turn at Albuquerque, I can't get my bearings. The things I've seen, sir. Places I've been. I just can't get to Albuquerque.
Uh-huh. Weird. Alright, nothing.
I wanted to send 2 telegrams, one to Warsaw and one to Paris.
Mr. Shulsky, I was meant to send for you when the driver came to get the mail. My condolences about your father.
Ah.
Do you still want to send something?
Perhaps not, apparently. I can explain why the Paris. A moment.
Did you come to say goodbye to me?
More like to share my fear. Your condition yesterday, after the fight with that Bukovac, it troubled me. I don't think my treatments are having a long-lasting effect. And you don't look the best. Do you feel all right?
Nah. Well, okay, you've been helpful. I'll tell you the truth.
I've just heard that my father is dead.
My condolences.
After your treatment, when I was hallucinating, I saw him. I heard his voice for the first time in years. I'm sure it was him. A strange feeling.
Maybe he came to say goodbye. Maybe it was his last chance to speak to you. A prophecy.
I hope not.
What do you intend to do now?
I guess I'm supposed to go help with funeral preparations. But maybe one says that anyways? Oh, one or two.
I have to bury my father in Warsaw. What about you?
Thanks to you, I don't think I have anything else to do here. I had a little time to think about what I saw in your mind. Tell me, Wiktor, have you ever seen a human skull cracked open on the cobblestones?
No.
I haven't.
I have. The skull of Franz Ferdinand himself, with his brain spilling out onto the sidewalk. I also saw the white steps in Odessa running with blood. A battlefield blanketed in lethal fog, with faceless beings emerging from it. This hasn't happened yet, but I saw it as clearly as I see you now. Thanks to you, I know that I can stop it. I know that I am part of history, and I can change it. Even at the cost of scorn, contempt, or my life. You promised me a favor, so Warsaw sounds perfect.
Interesting. So now we're travel buddies. And another point. A dream?
Warszawa! Warsaw! Warsaw! Last stop, Warsaw. Time to wake up.
It's clouding over.
The weather is like my mood.
Aside from the circumstances of the funeral bringing you back, you hadn't thought of ever returning here?
Here, let's not advance it.
I hate this city. It always makes me think of the stench of vodka, sweat, and urine. Corruption, poverty, and trust me, no justice but street justice.
I'm sure something must have changed since you left.
But probably not for the better.
What about the people? Those close to you? You'll never miss them?
Two.
The only person I consider close is my sister. But Varsovians? Let's see. Workers are striking. They want to take advantage of the Tsar's visit to Warsaw. The protests are being violently suppressed. Last week, around a dozen people were killed. Polish Socialist Party militants attacked a train. They stole money, bonds, and explosive materials. They're also suspected of robbing a transport of Dutch pomade. The socialists in Warsaw must look pretty sharp then. Further along, we've got murders, muggings, and poverty.
The newspapers feed on sensation. Remember that in darkness, even a small spark can be seen clearly. Even I can feel hope from all the people riding with us. Can't you?
Okay, actually, since we're pausing the conversation, so I mentioned earlier I could understand why he wanted to send a letter to, or a telegram to Paris. So, between the episodes, I was checking the log, and some of them were people, including his father and his sister. And so, in those entries in the journal, it said that Wiktor was didn't have a good relationship with his father, and as a result of some of that, his father sent him to Paris, where Wiktor's mother is. So that would be why he wanted to send one there. But yeah, let's continue this conversation.
Even without my powers, I can tell that hope is bringing people here from all three partitions. Miners, steelworkers, governesses, maids, speculators, thieves. I've gotten to read a few of our fellow passengers' possessions, and I know that hope can have many faces.
Will you share that knowledge with me?
Alright. Sure.
There's a terrified woman riding with us. She's either running away or in hiding. I think that gentleman is smuggling something, because excitement is all mixed up with guilt inside him. And this dandy, he's going whoring.
If there's something I've learned in life, Wiktor, it's never to neglect the whores.
Warsaw, end of the line. Welcome to Warsaw.
I think the time's come to ask where you plan to stay.
I'll let you know when I come up with something.
Do boy. Well, at least he didn't explicitly say with you, of course. That's a little ominous. Oh yeah, also, Wiktor's father was a Thaumaturge as well. So, wonder if maybe some of the Salvatores his father had aren't quite so contained anymore.
When people unite, empires fall.
Alright. Wow, there's a lot of these early on. Salvatore tamed thanks to Rasputin's help. There we go. Oh, there's more. Additional skill. I see. The skill additionally casts the state on a random enemy. Suffering. Okay. Good to know. Placement. I don't know what I want to do with that yet. But, entries. Characters. So, yes. Here. 15 years ago, I made a pact with my first Salvatore Upir. Then, with his help, I tried to help my friend. It didn't work out. My father was furious. He sent me to my mother, to Paris. Then I did a lot of stupid things, and I almost lost my powers and my connection to Upir. And now here I am, broken, lonely. My only hope is a traveling mystic. Such is life. So, yeah. I'm not infallible. I was certain it was Luca who had the flaw, but it turned out to be his wife who lured the Bukovac here. Her flaw was brought about by a family tragedy. Vesna had killed her violent father, seeing no other way to save herself. Indeed. her latest message, Father is dead. Legia needs me, and I must go back to Warsaw. I know I should feel sorry, but I hadn't seen him for 15 years, and I hoped it would stay that way, and yet he's the reason I'm coming back. Yeah, when my powers were revealed, he sent me to Paris. That's something I'll never forgive him for. So, cool. This is actually kind of neat that the journal itself updates, which I greatly appreciate, and also appreciate the fact that, like, I can go click on these and they tell me stuff. They connect me to the other entries. Blah. That's what I was trying to say. Word. Oh, okay. That you would open the world of philosophy, art, and magic to me, that together we would discover the secret of Earth's elements and the secret of people's hearts, that I would become something more. That having as many as 2 Salvatores, I would reach for what was available only to the strongest. Instead, you broke me. You brought nightmares and visions that crushed my mind to dust. Because of you, I am nothing but a shadow. Okay, so this is the Salvatore that Wiktor tried to tame in order and failed, and that led to him almost losing his connection to Upia. Cool. Had not read that one yet. Belongings. Writes that father has passed away. He always had the worst timing. Oh dear. Okay. The faster the skill speed. Okay, I see. Inflicts damage and casts state on all enemies. Increases the deed's dimension force by 1. Okay, so that's why I have little arrows going up. That's good to know. Alright, cool. Neat. I'm just learning new things. And revolutionary leaflets. Brothers, the 11-hour work days are killing us. Let's follow the example of the workers in German and English factories and fight to reduce them to 9 working hours. Join the strike, put down your tools, and join the fight for our future. Much to read. Menu. Daily Courier, tragedy on Marzalkowska Street. Several people have died in a building collapse, including respected Warsaw entrepreneur Stanislaw Zuliski. No one seems to know the cause of the accident, defective construction of the building, or deliberate attack. All we know is it could not have been foreseen. Shock and awe. The tenement house was inhabited by 4 families. 3 of them are now in mourning after losing their loved ones. The Bogulavskis lost their children. Mr. and Mrs. Groldecki lost their lives. And Franciszek Konzolowski, the owner of a pram and linen factory warehouse, perished in the collapse. The case is being investigated by the police, while residents are advised caution when walking on city streets. Okay. Their Majesties have arrived. When this issue of the courier is in your hands, the ancient city of Warsaw will be receiving its most distinguished guest, His Majesty Nikolai II, the Emperor of all Russia, the King of Poland, and Grand Duke of Finland, and Her Royal Highness Tsarina Alexandra Fyodorovna. Fyodorovna. There we go. Will arrive in our city this afternoon. This will be the royal couple's first visit to Warsaw. On this long-awaited and joyous occasion, our city has taken up a festive appearance. Streets have been abandoned with festoons of flowers and greenery, and the entire area that the royal procession will pass through is filled with crowds of people wishing to pay homage to their majesties on behalf of Warsaw and all the kingdom. And with a vow of loyal allegiance, Polish hearts send to the throne a quiet echo of fervent desires and lasting comfort. These arise from His Majesty's words, who declared in his grand manifestos that his ultimate goal was to ensure the happiness of all his loyal subjects and to discern all his loyal subjects' needs. Those gracious words of the sovereign have become a source of comfort for the people of the Kingdom of Poland, and in the name of that comfort, the Polish people under Russian rule are happy to greet His Majesty today, trusting their substantial needs will be recognized and ready for civic and public service. Okay, that wasn't one I needed to read. Oh gosh, so much. Latest news, Chief of Police of the City of Warsaw hereby informs the general public that in connection with their Majesty's visit, the number of units patrolling the streets on this day will be doubled. In particular, constables will be on the lookout for the groups of troublemakers that have been gathering more and more recently near major thoroughfares to protest against Thaumaturges and demand that His Majesty officially condemn Thaumaturges as charlatans and a menace to humanity. Yesterday, near Rymarska Street, the police arrested 15 people who protested loudly and disrupted traffic, demanding that Thaumaturgy be punishable by death. The protesters were intoxicated and started a fight with the police unit dispatched on the scene. Ugh, great. Wanted notice. To all police station chiefs of Warsaw, beware the Abroreksy Niedzik, leader of the Shivs gang, recently seen near Weisabawa Street. Description: hair blonde, eyes blue, face round, stature sizable. Distinctive marks: dark circles under his eyes, signifying exceptional anger. He's a thief and murderer, particularly active in the Skrodmiesia area. I definitely did not pronounce that correctly. Whoever notifies the authorities of his whereabouts or contributes to his apprehension shall be rewarded. Anti-Thaumaturge leaflet. Citizens, beware of Thaumaturges who act in secret, plotting to bring down the economy and thus take complete control of our society. Let us protect our children from these degenerates waiting for the right moment to take control over the most innocent minds and souls. Let us get rid of those parasites. Recent research shows Thaumaturge brains are burned out from thoughts that go against nature, hence they cannot be treated equally as normal people. Let us act now before it's too late. Well, I can definitely see why he didn't want to be here. Alright. Act 1, a city that does not forget.
Why such a crowd?
The circus has come to town.
These are troubled times. Brothers turn against brothers. Russia has had enough bloodshed. The violence must stop. when socialists attempt to divide Russia and her subject nations, to dent the sword that smote the enemy at Grunwald. This demands my decisive action. Thus, by my grace, I hereby appoint as Governor General of Warsaw, Georgi Antonovich Skowon.
A butcher.
Not a popular guy, I presume.
I see you ain't from here. That swine keeps a photo album of all the folks he's had shot at the Citadel.
Before and after execution.
Okay.
Warsaw! The time for leniency and indulgence is over. From the moment this office is bestowed on me, no forces hostile to the subjects of Greater Russia will have any further right to exist. None! Whether it be brutal socialist subversives, communists, Jews, or other satanic provocators.
He sure knows how to unite a crowd.
Pardon me. Are you Polish?
Yeah. Give an evasive response. Yes.
Yes, I feel Polish. My name's Wiktor.
Wanda.
This is Russia here. Like it or not. Warszawa. Время террора закончилось.
Иди нахуй!
My first decision as Governor General of Warsaw. Arrestować.
Well, you kind of brought this on yourself, my dude.
Great heroes in their sense of timing. Of course, now they're the first ones in the fight.
Samoobladanie, Polyaki. We want that rebel. The loudmouth.
Damn.
Guess
What happened?
Be a gentleman. Please kneel and tie my shoe.
No, I'm not gonna. I can see it. I'm not gonna be too proud on this one.
I didn't dare suggest it myself.
Can I ask you a tiny favor? The Russians can't find out about this.
You had another one just fall.
The military is just looking for an excuse to suppress the crowd, and these workers are dreaming of thrashing a Russian gendarme.
Either one of you confesses to disturbing the peace, or всех забирай. We'll take you all in.
You can't handle all of us.
Can you get us out of here?
I think I'm open to any kind of suggestion.
With a book like that, I'd find out what would convince one of these bastards to let us go. Or I'd take on that self-appointed leader of the proletariat.
Interesting strategy.
Who are you?
Who are you, really?
A damsel in distress.
Clearly.
Those don't usually hide ammunition in their stockings.
Can I explain it to you another time?
Alright, fine.
I'm going to take a look around.
Okay. police barrier. A police barrier meant to help with keeping order during the rally. Seems ordinary barriers carry. The seemingly ordinary barrier carries the memory of a hand whose firm grip represents the determination of the one who controls it. It was the gendarme commander who set up the barrier, carrying in his heart a desire to return to the warmth of his home. All he needed was a scapegoat. Well, pistol bullets. The bullets that fell from under the woman's dress scattered on the pavement. Small bullets carry big emotions. Hope, because they were meant to benefit the cause. Fear, which in these difficult times makes its way to even the hardiest of hearts. And determination, the companion of courage, without which it would be impossible to face reality. Each bullet was hidden in the nooks and crannies of the undergarments with care and precision, just like the previous time and the time before that. This is nothing new for the person who took the risk.
Do you think it's a good idea to stir people up and send them to face bullets and bayonets?
What do you want then? My whole life on my knees? Kissing Ruski's ass?
Do you realize blood is about to be spilled? And that it might be mine?
Fuck off!
Alright. He's a charismatic man whose words greatly move the crowd. He will not keep quiet, even if it means ending up in a cell.
Pardon me, gentlemen.
The crowd has received the order. For now, zero response.
We'll give them a moment to arrest them all, book them, interrogate them. Gospodi will be home in November.
Okay, gendarme readiness are ready to pacify the crowd. They won't hesitate to arrest those who draw their attention. Alright. Manhunt at the station. The sergeant wants to call it a day and go home as fast as possible. A manhunt entails a lot of work that he'd rather avoid. With a little nudge, he might settle for taking in the agitators and letting the rest go. The workers' leader is perfect for that role.
Gentlemen, please forgive me. Maybe there's a faster way to get this situation resolved.
Back off, Polyak, or we'll start shooting. Paniatno, scrum. Dawaj.
Ah. Can I do that one? It's in red. I guess I can, since it's highlighted. No, I did take the second point in it, didn't I? Alright,
Достаточно. Should we go in and capture the worker who's mouthing off and let the rest go?
Da, Sergeant. We can use anyone as an example.
Шагом marsz!
Goodbye.
You're welcome.
I wanted to thank you at our next meeting. We could use someone like you.
We? Meaning the people you were carrying ammunition for and who got you Dutch pomade for your hair.
You haven't just got pretty eyes. You know how to use them.
okay.
Maybe you'll find time one day for some jam donuts at Burke Rotblitz's.
Okay, so she's part of the resistance. Another meeting. Fearless Wanda and the Smuggler of Bullets proposed a meeting at Burke Roblitz's. The woman I met during the Kettling incident was smuggling bullets in the nooks and crannies of her undergarments. Clearly, it wasn't the first time she'd done that. Unfortunately, this time the garter didn't hold, and the bullets fell onto the pavement. Maybe fate will have us cross paths again, and we'll meet at Burke Robles' for jam donuts. Alright. Well. Now we're out of there. And I think this is a good place for me to go ahead and leave this episode. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. And in the meantime, in between time, take care, have fun, and happy trails.